Alright, y'all, so we got Unit 2, Day 4, more solving two-step equations. So, just like it says right in the title, two-step equations. So, the two steps are going to be 1, add or subtract, okay? And generally, this is always going to be your second step, multiply and divide. Okay? So, we've got two steps to every one of these problems, at least. So, number 1, okay? We know how to eliminate that plus 5. We need to subtract 5. So, we subtract 5 from both sides, and we're left with negative k equals 10. And then from there, we can divide by negative 1 to get rid of that negative sign. And that's going to leave us with k equals negative 10. Let's make that k look a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so k equals negative 10. Alright, number 2. Alright, we know how to get rid of that minus 5. And as you notice, okay, I'm always adding or subtracting first. I'm getting rid of that constant. Alright, so we're going to plus 5 to both sides. And that's going to leave me with 2y equals 28. And then I'm going to go through and divide by 2. And that's going to be y equals 14. Alright? Now, as it says, yes, we still want you to check your answers. Okay? Now, this is really very, very super easy. What you can do is you can just go negative on the outside of negative 10 plus 5. Okay, that's going to be 10 plus 5, and that's 15. Boom, done. Checked. Okay, do the same thing here. Okay, we go 2 times 14 minus 5. 28 minus 5, that's 23. Checked. Done. Oh, but what's this? I wound up with a positive 23. Eat dad. So, we have to figure out what did we do wrong. So, in order to do this, okay, and I already see where the issue is, okay, we go back through our work and we go, okay, so I added 5 to both sides and I wound up with 2y equals 28. Oh, there's the problem. So I wasn't supposed to have a 28 here, okay, I was supposed to have a negative 18, okay, and then I divide both sides by negative 18, or by 2, ugh. And then I wind up with a negative 9 instead. Big difference, right? Okay? And that's how you figure out if you did this right or not. Okay? Now I can take that negative 9 and plug it in for that b. Okay, so I got negative 19 now. Or negative 18, my fault. Minus 5 equals negative 23. Okay? Whenever you check your answers, don't just look for good enough. Make sure that it actually matches up with what it's supposed to. Okay? If it doesn't, check your work. See what happened. Okay? So, next question, we've got number 3. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to subtract 5 from both sides of this. So that's going to be t over negative 3 equals negative 14. And then I go through and I multiply by negative 3 on both sides. And let's see, negative 14. 14 times 3 is going to be 14 times 3 is 42. Okay, negative times a negative, make sure I got my negative there, is going to be a positive. So that's going to be t equals 42. Okay, so let's see, 42 divided by negative 3 is negative 14. Negative 14 plus 5 is negative 9. So that's all buttoned up and done. Okay, so next one. Okay, more fractional things. Ooh, scary. Okay, all we got to do is add 6 to both sides. So we add 6, and that's going to be negative x over 5 equals negative 20. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply by negative 5, and that's going to leave me with x equaling 100. Okay, so let's see, 100 divided by negative 5 is negative 20, negative 20 minus 6 is negative 26, boom, done. And that's about how fast that you should be able to do these problems. Eventually. Keep practicing. Okay? Next problem. We subtract 4 from both sides. Alright? And that's going to leave me with 5m equaling negative 25. And then we divide each side by 5. And that's going to leave me with m equaling negative 5. So let's see, that's going to be, let's see, so negative 5 times 5 is negative 25. Negative 25 plus 4 is negative 21. So that one's set. Next, we're going to add 6 to both sides. And that's going to leave me with 4m equaling 16. I divide each side by 4. And that's going to give me m equals 4. And it's done. Alright. Alright, so on number 7. Number 7 breaks the norm, okay? It breaks things that we're used to doing, okay? So we're going to, and that with that being said, I just want y'all to realize that the normal path is to add or subtract and then multiply or divide, okay? But whenever we have everything over something, okay, like we do here, okay, notice how we have everything over C. We can't touch the P or the A until we get rid of this C, okay? We do that by multiplying, right? So we multiply both sides by C. So it's going to be P minus A equals C K. So we're going to solve for A. Alright, so in order to do that, we subtract the P from both sides. Okay? So we subtract P from both sides. So that's going to be negative A equals CK minus P. Now, as we know, we have to divide by negative 1 to get rid of that negative sign attached to the A, and that's going to leave us with A equaling negative CK plus P. And that's it. Alright? Seems complicated, but it's not as bad as you really think. Promise. Okay? Just watch it a couple more times, and hopefully you can pick it up. Okay? Number 8. We got TR minus I equals X. So, it's asking us to solve for T. Now, this is what we're used to. Okay? We're going to add the I to both sides. Plus I and plus... Ugh, I can't write correctly. Plus I. And it's going to leave me with TR equals X plus I. Okay, and now I'm trying to get T by itself, so that means I need to divide by R. So I divide by R there, and I divide by R there, and that leaves me with T equaling X plus I over R. And there you have it. Okay? Very simple. Okay? Okay? So, next, moving on, we've got to, let's see, it says to define the variable, write an equation, and solve. Okay? So there's three pieces to this. We need to define a variable, write it, and then solve it. So, to start off with, it says Jan paid for a number of games on PSN at $20 a piece. Then she spent $10 more on a totally awesome mod for Skyrim. If she dropped $130, how many games did she pay for? So, here's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to define G equals number of games. Okay? So, the equation that we should probably do is 20 times G plus 10 for the cost of the poster, or for the cost of the mod, and then we've got the total is $130. So to solve this, we subtract 10 from both sides, and that leaves us with 20G equals 120. And then we divide each side by 20, by 20, by 20, and that's going to leave us with G equaling 6. And there it is. Alright, so next we got Bill. And Bill's a fighter, okay? He wants to move down a weight class. His current mass is 160 kilograms. This is 10 more than 125% of his target mass. What is his target mass? How much will he have to lose each week if his fight is in 3 months? Okay, so Bill's a fighter. He wants to move down a weight class. His current mass is 160 kilograms. Okay, so that's probably some pretty important information. So first off, let's define a variable. Okay, oops. Okay, so we're going to say that K equals mass. Okay, so let's see. We know that 160 equals 10 plus 1.25 of his target mass. Okay, so first thing that we got to do is go ahead and subtract 10 from both sides. So we minus 10 from here and we minus 10 from here. Okay, so that's going to leave us with 150 equaling 1.25 K. Okay, and then from here, what we're going to have to do is divide 150 by 1.25. Okay, so we divide each side by 1.25. Okay, and that's going to leave us with 120 equals K. Okay, now his original mass is 160. His current mass is 120. That means that there is, let's see, so that's 40 kilograms, right, that he needs to lose. Let's see, there's 4 weeks in a month, so that's in 12 months, so 12 weeks. So we divide each by 12, or we divide that by 12, and that's going to give us he needs to lose 3 1/3 pounds per week in order to, if that's when his next fight is. Okay? It's not horrible, right? So, a plumbing bill of $132.25 includes $34.25 for parts and $24.50 for each hour of labor. How long did the job take? Alright, so let's see. We're going to go and say, M equals hours. Okay? And that's going to be 132.25 equals 34.25, because you only charge for parts once. Okay? If you're good. Plus 24.50 M. So now we're going to go ahead and subtract 34.25 from both sides. Okay, and there's that. So that's going to leave me with, let's see, 132.25 minus 34.25. So it's going to give me $98, or 98 left for labor, equals 24.50. So we divide each side by 24.50. So that's 98 divided by 24.50. Okay, so that means that 4 equals M. So it took the plumber 4 hours to fix it. Simple enough. Alright, next page.